GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Wildwood. Sunny skies and gentle surf are set for our beaches, and the boardwalk welcomes 3 new electric Volvo shuttles joining the historic trams. Later, the Battle on the Beach flag football tournament kicks off, and our sidewalk chalk artists brighten North Wildwood today. Over to you, Jake.
The Wildwood Crest Sand Sculpting Festival opens today, showcasing more than 50 artists creating intricate sculptures along the boardwalk promenade through next Saturday.
This year's theme, Oceanic Dreams, inspires sculptures of marine life, with family-friendly interactive zones and complimentary sand-smoothing workshops offered each afternoon.
Live music performances accompany the displays from noon to sunset each day, featuring local folk groups and occasional surprise guest artists on the central stage.
We've highlighted the Sand Festival details, and there's plenty more to explore, so let's get started with today's news for everyone listening. Good evening, Wildwoods. Sunshine is set to dominate the shoreline from the Atlantic boardwalks to the quiet bays, giving New Jersey beachgoers a perfect backdrop for today's outings. Temperatures will climb into the high 70s with a light breeze off the water, keeping the air comfortably warm without a hint of humidity. The surf is expected to stay gentle, with waves rolling at just 1.5 feet to 2 feet, ideal for families, casual swimmers, and those testing a surfboard for the first time. Lifeguard stations report clear visibility and calm currents, while the tide will rise mid-afternoon, offering a brief window for wade and explorations. Pack a hat, sunscreen, and plenty of water, and you'll be ready to enjoy the boardwalk cafes, sand volleyball courts, and sunset strolls that make the coast so inviting.
Wildwood's boardwalk officials expanded the historic tram fleet by introducing 3 electric Volvo shuttles last May. The sleek, battery-powered vehicles replace older diesel units and are expected to cut emissions while preserving the boardwalk's classic ride experience. Officials said the addition is part of a broader modernization effort aimed at keeping the seaside promenade both environmentally friendly and true to its heritage. The new shuttles run on the same tracks as the century-old trams, allowing visitors to glide along the boardwalk without a change in scenery. Boardwalk management highlighted that the electric fleet will lower noise levels and improve air quality for tourists and locals alike. With these green upgrades, the boardwalk continues its push toward a cleaner future while still offering the nostalgic charm that defines Wildwoods. Each of the 3 shuttles seats up to 30 passengers, providing ample capacity for weekend crowds.
Flag football action is lighting up the Wildwoods boardwalk as regional teams clash in the Battle on the Beach tournament. The competition runs today and tomorrow, drawing players and fans to the summer sports lineup. Spectators can watch fast-paced games on the sand, with each squad vying for the championship flag. Organizers have set up multiple fields along the promenade, and local vendors are serving refreshments for those cheering from the sidelines. The event highlights the community's love of active recreation and offers a family-friendly atmosphere throughout the weekend. As the sun rises over the ocean, the excitement builds, and the boardwalk buzzes with the sounds of whistles, cheers, and the occasional splash from nearby waves. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the sport, the Battle on the Beach promises a lively showcase of skill and teamwork.
Yesterday, a shore conference standout from our own backyard was taken 9th overall in the 2026 MLB draft in Philadelphia, marking the first time a New Jersey player has been selected in this year's draft. The right-hander, who earned multiple All-State honors, signed a contract worth roughly $6.68 million, securing his place among the league's top prospects. Scouts praised his fastball velocity and command, noting that his performance at the high school level helped propel him onto the national stage. Local fans gathered at his home field to watch the live broadcast, cheering as his name was called and celebrating the milestone for New Jersey baseball. The new draftee joins a storied franchise eager to develop his talent as the season approaches. He will begin his professional journey at the team's spring training facility later this summer.
The annual Wildwoods Baby Parade returns later this month, with families gathering for a cherished community celebration. Organized by local families, the march will take place on Wednesday, showcasing the town's heritage and the joy of new life. Organizers expect close to 1,909 participants and spectators, a strong showing for a tradition that has drawn crowds for decades. The event highlights Wildwood's commitment to family values and local history, offering a colorful procession of infants, strollers, and proud parents along Main Street. Vendors will line the route, providing refreshments and handmade crafts, while live music adds a festive backdrop. Town Council has endorsed celebration, coordinating safety patrols and traffic flow to keep families secure. Every baby will receive a commemorative ribbon as a keepsake of day. Residents are invited to join the parade, enjoy the atmosphere, and share in a long-standing tribute to community spirit. Later, we'll head downtown to see North Wildwood's sidewalk chalk competition light up the streets, plus more local news. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back. That's the latest on the headlines, and now Jake will dive into today's local stories, from community events to traffic updates.
Sidewalks along the main strip in North Wildwood are alive with color as a free chalk competition kicks off this morning. Local artists and families gather with boxes of pastel chalk, turning the pavement into a spontaneous gallery. Organizers say the event is part of a summer series that brings arts in the public space programming to the neighborhood, inviting anyone to draw, blend, and showcase their imagination. Children sketch cartoon waves, while seasoned painters outline intricate mandalas that stretch across several blocks. Passers-by pause to admire the creations, and nearby cafes report a steady stream of patrons drawn by the vibrant scene. The competition runs throughout the day, with judges slated to select standout pieces before sunset, offering a modest prize for the most inventive design. Several nearby elementary classrooms have sent small groups to contribute their own murals, adding a youthful spark to the downtown corridor.
Wildwood Beach Patrol is rolling out its peer-to-peer challenge today along the boardwalk, inviting swimmers and runners to test a 1-mile stretch or tackle a 5-kilometer route. The event, set up as a fitness fundraiser, runs throughout the day and supports local lifeguard programs that keep our beaches safe. Participants can dip into the water for a timed swim from one pier to the other, then head back to the sand for a run that circles the boardwalk. Registration is free, and volunteers are on hand to hand out water and track times. Spectators line the promenade, cheering each effort, while local businesses have set up stalls offering refreshments. The challenge adds a lively, health-focused option to the summer schedule and helps fund the patrol's training and equipment needs.
Police are intensifying a search for a Mays Landing resident who vanished nearly 2 weeks ago. Hamilton Township officers have focused efforts around the Wildwood bus terminal, where the man was last seen on June 26. The investigation, now in its second week, remains active as detectives canvass nearby streets and interview witnesses. Authorities have deployed K-9 units and aerial support to sweep the area. The missing individual, identified as a 38-year-old male, has no known medical conditions that would explain the disappearance. Officials say the case is a top priority and resources will stay allocated until the person is located. The department has coordinated with the Cape May County Sheriff's Office and is reviewing surveillance footage from nearby businesses. A press conference scheduled for later today will provide an update on the operation. The search continues as investigators follow leads and expand the perimeter around the terminal.
Now let's turn to our weather team for a quick look at today's sunshine and surf.
A western jet stream surge forces dry air eastward, capping tonight's lingering clouds with stable high pressure. On this date, the all-time heat mark sits at 89 degrees, set in 2025 during a late summer heat wave that pushed temperatures well above the seasonal norm. The coldest reading ever recorded is 53 degrees, logged in 2016 when an Arctic dip sent a polar front deep into the region, snapping a normally mild July night. By contrast, the climate normal high hovers around 81 degrees, while the normal low sits near 66, illustrating how today's readings sit comfortably between those extremes. At 6 p.m., the radar loop shows a thin band of showers marching eastward across the western hills, the heaviest echo lingering near the county line at 5 minutes past the hour. Those cells are losing intensity as they slide into the low-level jet and should exit the Wildwood Basin by 7 o'clock, leaving clear skies and a quiet return to the prevailing cloud cover. At 6 p.m., the sky remains overcast with a temperature of 79 degrees and a humidity near 83%. Pressure is near average and nudging upward, signaling drier, more stable air moving in from the east. Meanwhile, a 75-mile-per-hour jet stream aloft from the west is reinforcing the subsidence that will keep clouds thin and precipitation off the forecast. The ultraviolet index sits at 8, and wind remains light, 3 miles per hour from the east with occasional gusts up to 11. No active alerts are in effect, so the evening will progress without hazards. Expect the clouds to linger until after sunset, then gradually thin as the high pressure builds through the night. Looking ahead, tomorrow remains overcast with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 68, the cloud deck persisting as a weak frontal boundary drifts northward. Monday follows a similar pattern, 81 degrees high and 68 low, keeping the sky gray and temperatures modest. Tuesday breaks the monotony with clear skies, a high of 82 and a low of 72, as the jet stream shifts north and allows warm, sun-filled air to settle. Wednesday spikes to 91, the hottest day of the period, while still mostly clear and a low of 75. A classic midsummer heat surge driven by a strong ridge aloft. Thursday cools slightly to 86 with a low of 75 and a clear sky, offering a brief respite before the weekend's return to milder conditions. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, traffic updates, Wildwood Crest Sand Sculpting Festival highlights, and the Phillies roster moves. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
The biggest story this afternoon is that there are no active incidents on any of our main routes. Route 20, County Road 10, and the Downtown Connector are all moving freely. Beach Road and the Coastal Bypass are clear, with normal speeds returning after the morning rush. If you're heading toward the marina, expect the same smooth flow you've seen all day. Looking ahead, traffic typically builds again around 5 p.m. as commuters head home and school-run traffic picks up. Expect a slight increase on Main Street and near the mall parking lot as shoppers start to arrive. On the transit side, there are no reported delays or service changes on the bus or trolley lines. All routes are running on schedule, so you can count on your usual connections. Overall, it's a calm commute right now, with only the usual late afternoon uptick to watch for.
Wildwood Crest Sand Sculpting Festival kicks off today at Heather Road Beach in Wildwood Crest. This East Coast premier amateur contest turns the shoreline into a gallery of towering sculptures, and families can wander the sand while live music and beach games keep the energy high. Next, the NJ State Barbecue Championship and Anglesea Blues Festival fire up 201 New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood. Over 3 days, the best pitmasters battle for the title, offering mouth-watering ribs and brisket, while blues bands provide the perfect soundtrack for a summer evening on the boardwalk. Finally, the Step Back Island 3x3 basketball tournament rolls into Allen Park on Delaware Avenue. The 8th annual showdown raises money for local student athletes, and fans can catch fast-paced action and cheer on hometown talent. Whether you're digging in, admiring art, or shooting hoops, today's lineup gives every Wildwood resident a reason to get out and enjoy the weekend. And now here's Luke with sports.
Here's the latest on our beloved Philadelphia teams and their summer moves. Philadelphia's Triple-A affiliate, the Iron Pigs, reshuffled their roster on Tuesday, swapping one catcher for another and parting ways with a veteran outfielder, according to Phillies Nation. The moves aim to address depth concerns as the Major League club approaches the All-Star break. The Phillies fell to the Detroit Tigers by a 10-2 margin in the final game before the All-Star pause, a bullpen collapse that echoed a similar slump last season, Phillies Nation reports. The loss leaves the club searching for more reliable late-inning relief. Philadelphia's Flyers revisited offer sheet discussions this week after a recent attempt involving Anaheim's Leo Carlsson fell short, Broad Street Hockey notes. General Manager Danny Briere cautioned against repeating past missteps, emphasizing the ongoing need for a top-line center to bolster the roster. The Philadelphia Eagles earned 2 spots on ESPN's 2026 Top 10 list for defensive tackles, featuring Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, according to Bleeding Green Nation. The recognition highlights the defensive line's rising reputation as the team prepares for the upcoming preseason. Kyle Schwarber, the league's current home run leader, confirmed his participation in the 2026 home run derby set for Philadelphia, Phillies Nation reports. Entering the All-Star break with over 30 homers, he aims to add another showcase to his power-hitting resume. Phillies backup catcher Garrett Stubbs discussed ongoing collective bargaining talks, noting his preseason routine of fielding ground balls across the diamond. Phillies Nation says. While focusing on his defensive duties, Stubbs highlighted the importance of a fair agreement for players heading into the second half of the season.
St. George's Beach Outlet on the boardwalk has become the summer's hotspot after a 4th of July surge swamped the shop with shoppers. The family-run retailer, known for its colorful umbrellas, flip-flops, and handcrafted souvenirs, saw a rush of visitors that lifted sales far beyond the slow start to the season. Owner Maria Alvarez says the holiday crowd gave her the confidence to push ahead with a planned expansion, adding a new patio and extra inventory for the rest of the summer. That growth means more local jobs and a brighter, bustling boardwalk for residents and tourists alike. It's the kind of hometown boost that keeps Wildwood's spirit alive, wave after wave. And later we'll share how St. George's Beach Outlet rode a 4th of July surge, welcoming crowds, smiles, and sunshine. Stay tuned.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On the sun-kissed stretch of the Wildwoods boardwalk, families stroll beneath the bright awnings of candy-colored stalls, the salty breeze mixing with the scent of fried dough. Today, a small crowd gathered near the historic carousel as the city's transportation department unveiled 3 sleek electric Volvo shuttles that will join the beloved wooden-rimmed trams. The new vehicles glide silently along the pine-framed tracks, their low hum barely audible over the laughter of children chasing seagulls. Mayor Elena Rivera, boardwalk vendors, and longtime residents watched as the first shuttle rolled forward, its doors opening to reveal bright reclaimed wood seats that echo the boardwalk's classic design. With zero tailpipe emissions, the shuttles promise cleaner air for the promenade, letting the salty sea scent remain the dominant perfume rather than exhaust fumes. As the shuttle slipped away, a teenager named Maya, who grew up riding the old diesel trams, smiled and said she felt hopeful seeing the future roll by without sacrificing the charm she loves. The boardwalk keeps moving forward, preserving its timeless spirit for the next generation.
On the wide stretch of sand at the southern end of the Wildwoods boardwalk, families linger as the sun dips toward the Atlantic, the sky painted in soft amber. Parents spread blankets beside kids who are already sculpting towers of sand, their shovels catching the last golden light. The gentle roar of waves mixes with the familiar call of a nearby ice cream cart, its bright banner fluttering in the evening breeze. Tonight, that familiar scene carries an extra sparkle because USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards have once again crowned the Wildwoods, free, family-friendly beaches as the top shoreline in New Jersey, an honor earned for the 3rd year in a row. It feels like a quiet celebration, a shared nod from strangers who have all found a piece of home on this sun-kissed stretch. The community's pride is as steady as the tide, a reminder that a place beloved by many grows richer with every sunrise and every laugh that echoes across the dunes. It's a simple truth that makes this corner of the coast feel like home.
Thanks for watching, Wildwood. I'm Jessica Hart. Today's debut of 3 electric Volvo shuttles on the boardwalk added a clean, modern touch to our seaside scene. Stay safe, enjoy the surf, and tune in tomorrow for more stories that matter to our community. See you then.